Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're getting into Blue Lock.
Huh?
This anime is causing quite a stir.
Definitely.
We've got this really raw chat between two viewers, just their immediate thoughts.
Yeah, fresh off watching it.
And our job today is to kind of unpack those first reactions for you, figure out what's
Yeah.
grabbing people right away.
Well, what jumps out is just how intense those first impressions were.
Yeah.
It wasn't just, oh, that was good. It was real fascination.
Exactly. And one of the first things they really latched onto was Izagi, the main character.
Right.
But not for sheer power. It was his brain. Someone literally said Izagi's brain is on another level. His spatial awareness is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
This idea that he's dangerous strategically, even if he's not the most physically gifted player out there. Why do you think that hits so hard?
Well, I think focusing on the mental side, the tactics, it's just, it feels kind of fresh in a sports anime, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
It's not just about who runs fastest or kicks hardest. It's like this whole other game happening, a mental battle. It suggests, seeing the field, predicting plays, that can be your weapon.
And that connects straight into the big concept that really seemed to blow them away.
Yeah.
Ego.
Oh, yeah. The E word.
Someone called it fire. They quoted, "It's not about teamwork, it's about being the best." And then Ego Jinpachi's whole thing. No ego, no striker.
It's pretty full on.
It is. It goes completely against the usual team-first sports message.
Totally flips the script. We always hear about unity, working together, right? But Blue Lock basically says, nope, if you want to be the absolute best striker, you need that massive ego.
And people are drawn to it. They mentioned rooting for selfishness, which is unusual.
It really shows how well the anime sells this, let's say, unconventional philosophy. It makes you actually consider it.
So beyond that core idea, specific characters really jumped out too, like Bachira.
A Bichira, yeah.
Described with his monster thing inside him, apparently gave someone chills. He came across as wild but deep. What makes a character like that pop?
That monster image, it probably taps into something primal, right? Like raw, untamed skill.
Yeah, maybe.
But adding deep suggests there's more going on beneath the surface. He's not just, chaotic energy. There are layers, maybe motivations we don't see yet. Makes him intriguing.
Then you've got Rin, totally different vibe, called a machine, cold-blooded, plays apparently driven by revenge and just pure ego. He sounds like the sharpest, maybe coldest version of that whole ego philosophy.
Yeah, Rin feels like the embodiment of it taken to an extreme, and the revenge angle adds this layer of intense personal history driving him.
So his coldness isn't just coldness, it's fueled.
Exactly. It feels purposeful, which adds complexity again.
And then Nagi, the lazy genius, seemed to be a shared favorite.
Everyone loves a lazy genius.
Right. There's this real interest in seeing how someone with all this natural talent, but maybe not that inner fire, how does he survive in Blue Lock? Why is that so interesting to watch?
Well, that archetype, the lazy genius, it's all about potential, isn't it?
True.
You see what they could be if they just, tried harder or found their motivation. So you're waiting for that switch to flip for them to unleash everything.
Yeah.
Huge anticipation there.
So overall, the reaction we heard was just super positive, hooked, fire, peak. Those were the words used.
Strong words.
And a real feeling that it only gets better, especially looking ahead to the U20 match. That kind of immediate buy-in, it says something.
It really does. It means the show sets up its world, its core conflict, and its key players really effectively right from the start. It hooks you fast and makes you want more.
So for you listening, the key things to pull from this chat are, first, Blue Lock takes a really different path, putting individual ego front and center in sports, not teamwork.
Yeah, challenges that whole idea.
Second, the characters are memorable because of their intense ambition, their different flavors of ego.
They definitely stick with you.
And third, that central idea, no ego, no striker. It makes you pause and think about what really fuels top-level performance.
Which leads to a pretty interesting question for you to chew on. When you're aiming for the absolute top, whatever your field is there actually value in prioritizing that strong individual drive, that ego, even if it means less focus on pure collaboration?
Does that resonate with you at all? Something to think about.